So far, we figured out a podcast topic, planned episodes, outlined a script for the first episode, and done the first interview. But what's the title of your podcast? Let's talk about branding your podcast. Hi, I'm Lavelle, a videographer and a podcast producer. So what is branding? Branding is the process of creating a unique sound and look for your podcast. To brand your podcast, you will need a title, cover art, intro, and outro. There are two types of branding, sonic branding and visual branding. Sonic branding is using sound to create a unique identity and promote a company, product, project, and even a podcast. Sonic branding is a very important element of a podcast. It's not only the music, but it's also the title and intro and the outro. Your podcast title is the first thing people will see and how your audience will find you. Here are a few things to consider when coming up with a podcast title. A good podcast title should be short and easy to find, memorable, and your title should relate to your topic. Our podcast title is On Me. It's short, easy to remember, and relates to our topic. On Me is what when we say when speaking truth and stating the facts. Sonic branding is also what you hear in the intro and outro of your podcast. The intro of each episode is an opportunity to make a memorable first impression. With introducing the title, your name and tagline, which is a brief statement explaining what your podcast is about. This will introduce new listeners to your podcast and know what to expect. The Breakfast Club is a podcast and a radio show that always starts with an intro where they say the title, tagline, and host introductions. The outro takes place at the end of each episode. The outro is an opportunity to make a memorable last impression. You can create a funny saying or remind listeners to subscribe. Both the intro and outro can be pre-recorded and added to the beginning and end of each episode. By pre-recording, you can save time and have a consistent sound to each episode. Now let's talk about visual branding. Visual branding is creating a unique look for your podcast. Cover art is the image that will represent your podcast. The design of your cover art is important because this is the first thing people will see. Canva is free and great for designing your cover art. You can select a cover art template. Canva also gives you the option to download your cover art in the required file formats, JPEG and PNG. Check out the videos and the details to learn how to use Canva. Let's brand your podcast. That's with a title, intro, and outro and cover art. In the details section, you'll find a link to a sonic branding tool to help you come up with a title, intro, and outro for your podcast. You'll also find in the details a tutorial for Canva, a free graphic design tool that you can use to design your podcast cover art. Here's an example of our cover art. We used a photo. Our cover art also includes our podcast title. Congrats! You've completed the Podcast Novice playlist. In the details, you'll also find a link to a quick survey. Take a moment to complete a survey and let us know what you think. In the next playlist, you'll record, edit, publish, and promote your podcast.